Mr. Carini, your favorite English teacher. Yes, I know I'm your favorite. I get it. All right. So, you just watched two videos about iambic pentameter, and this video is to add on to that. So, make sure you're taking notes at this time. Basically, we need to uh, we need to just verify that each word has either one or more syllables. And when there are more than one syllables, there is more stress to one syllable than another. So in the word Peter and the word Carini, there the word Peter has two stresses and not stresses, excuse me, two syllables, one and two. We do not say pater. If the accent was on the second syllable, it would be pater. My name is Pater. But no, it's not. So we got to get rid of that. The first syllable is stressed. Peter. In my last name, it's three syllables. Ka-ri-ni. So which one is stressed? You got to think about it. If the first one is stressed, then my name is Karini. Karini. It's not Karini, it's Karini. The second syllable is stressed. So there's a girl in our class, and I know she's going to hate it that I'm going to mention this. And I called her Vivian on the first day. Hey, Vivian, is that your name, Vivian? No, it's not Vivian. It's Vivon. That's a horrible stress. Put that right there. If the first syllable is stressed, it's Vivian. If the second syllable is stressed, it's Vivon. Who else can I make fun of in this class? Let's find out here. Let's go with Janine. Janine has two syllables. Is the first syllable stressed? It would be Janin. Because the long vowel sound gets kind of taken away when it's unstressed. This is not the case. Her name is Janine. So it's not Janin or Janin, it's Janine. Second syllable is stressed. Okay. This applies also to just regular words. Tomato. Tomato has three syllables. To-may-to. What's stressed? If the first syllable is stressed, it would not be tomato. The word would be tomato. Tomato. Nope. Tomato. If the last tomato, tomato, I don't know how it would be. It's the second syllable. Tomato. Okay, a U for unstressed, a slash for stressed. I think the other video, I think they had an X for stress. It doesn't matter as long as you understand what's what. So, what if we have two words together that are one syllable words? There is one that is more stressed than the other. I think. We don't say I think. I think. Unstressed, stressed. I think. That just happens. And we can actually dispute whether or not the I gets stressed more than the think. Um, the winner. Let's go one syllable word. The the house. House is obviously stressed, right? Well, one can say, no, no, no. That's the house, the one we were talking about before. Well, in that case, I guess. but generally house is stressed. So there can be some. It's not a a perfect mathematics. It's not science. It's there is some give and take. By the way, stress can totally change the meaning of a word. Um, the uh, the British guy in the video you just watched used compare and compare. Uh, Nobody knows what a compere is. It's basically a guy like a host of the show, a variety show. Um, so I didn't like that one. I like instead both are two syllables. If the first syllable is stressed, it's record, and that's a verb to jot something down, either verbally or written. I'm sorry, my bad. Let's back up. Pretend I didn't say that. This is record. This is the verb. Record. Record is a noun. Record. Now you may say, Mr. Creaney, wait, you have that long vowel sound that you said and it's unstressed. Exception to the rule. But in any event, they're the same word. Record is a verb and record is a noun. I apologize for that mistake earlier. All right, so how does this fit in with what we're looking at? Well, in the second video, you learned about exceptions giving meaning. So we have this rhythm, da 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 da. Okay, and it's 5 feet. So each poetic foot is 2 syllables. I think that I shall never see one. In this case, I think that I shall never see. In this case, it's 4 feet. That's called tetrameter. You don't have to know that just yet. We'll talk about that another time, okay? But you add 2 more feet to it, you laugh. I think that I shall never see you laugh. Okay? We've got, let's do, instead of my pen, let's do smaller here. I think. This is taking too long. That's taking too long. That I shall never see you laugh. When you have a rhythm like that, when you break up the rhythm, that catches the reader's attention. Okay? So let's see where we've had broken up rhythm before. We've got Mending Wall. Mending Wall is what's called a blank verse poem, and that is that it is in iambic pentameter, but there is no rhyming. Okay, you cannot. It's not wall, it, sun, be. There's no rhyming, but there is iambic pentameter. Let's look at the second line. That sends the frozen groundswell under it. Da 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 da, and spills the upper boulders in the sun, and makes gaps even two can pass abreast. This is iambic pentameter. He starts off with an initial exception. Write that down. If the exception is at the beginning, the first foot of a line, it's called initial exception. Okay? If it's in the middle, it's called midline exception. Write that down. Pause this video if you need to, if I go too fast. He starts off with something. That's a trochaic, a trochee. Something there is that doesn't love a wall. Okay? So whenever you have a break, it focuses attention, and there's usually a reason for that. Okay, the work of hunters is another thing. I have come. Here's an exception. After them. So we have an exception right here. Brings attention. It stops the rhythm and forces the reader to focus on that. Okay? It's sort of a shift in the poem as well. All right? Um, Here's another one. But at spring. Neither one is stressed, but at. And actually, I cannot remember what that's called. Is that an anapest? All of a sudden, I cannot remember. When both syllables are unstressed. All of a sudden, I can't remember what that's called. I want to say it's called anapest, but I cannot remember. If both syllables are stressed, it's called a spondy, which we don't have here. Uh, um, Let me see if I can think of a spondy. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. And then the next line is rough winds do shake the darling buds of May. Sort of gives it an oomph. Rough winds. Both are stressed in this, and that's called a spondy. Write that down. Spondy. Or if we use the adjective form of it, spondaic. A spondaic foot. A spondy is when both syllables are stressed. I got to look up what it is when neither syllable is stressed. Now, let's find another example of exceptions in One Art by Elizabeth Bishop. Wait. This is Iambic Pentameter? Yes, it is. Look at this second line. So many things seem filled with the intent, or with the intent. So many things seem filled with the intent. But she has a lot of exceptions all at the end. The art of losing isn't hard to master. She's got an extra syllable and it's not stressed. What's up there? To be lost, that's a little bit of a initial exception there. That their loss is no disaster. The art of losing isn't hard to master. Lose something every day except the fluster. So why? My opinion is that we've got this. This is called, you have to write this down too. When there is an unstressed ending in verse, it is called a feminine ending. Do not get mad at me. I did not make the name. You can also call it an unstressed ending. I think that this gives credence to her, those who say she's just fooling herself, because she's trying to convince herself that losing isn't a bad thing, and she's not doing a very good job. I believe the unstressed endings lend to that. Okay, that's my opinion. Um, that she lacks conviction. So anyway, that's it for now. We'll talk more about iambic pentameter, and we'll talk about trochaic. There's different types of verse. There's iamb, trochaic, spondy. One I can't remember. There's also three syllable verses, three syllable feet that we won't get into until much later in the year. Okay, there's pentameter, tetrameter, sextameter, all sorts of stuff.